you also get into the relationship where there's a child and you are doing tokolosh tendencies and all the tricks, and the devil that even himself is sitting there watching, wondering what kind of tricks are these. I was not even aware of these tricks. Why did you get into that relationship knowing this man or this woman have children or a child? Every rule, every instruction that God gave us, it was meant to protect us. It was meant for us not to complicate our lives and to do things his way and godly way. There's nothing that he said we must not do. He meant to, he didn't love us or he didn't want us to experience life. Today I want to talk about the issue that it's not everyone who can manage to be a stepmother and have a healthy, good relationship with the kids or a child. It's not everyone who's matured also to be an a baby mama, a baby daddy, an ex-wife or ex-husband, and be matured and pull the children's needs first. It needs a kind of a special person with maturity and understanding. And if this is it's not a sensitive topic, but it's a topic when you talk about it, especially women, they get their emotions all over the place. I was reading somewhere on Facebook and somebody was saying that the ex sent a message. I saw the ex send a message to the baby daddy saying that your wife disciplined my. I think she pitched the child when she collected the child at school, and she was given the report that the child has been misbehaving, and she was saying that she must never touch my child. She must never do what, because if she ever touches my child, I'll put her hands on your wife. Bear in mind the thing that I said before, that God said everything that we must not do is for us to protect us. When God said we must not have sex outside marriage, it's to protect us from having children out of wedlock. It's to protect us from, we're not even going to start with STI. Today we're going to talk about children. When God is against divorce, especially when they are children, and for us to marry right, he knew the kids will suffer more. Yes, the couple will suffer. The couple will replace the former spouse, but the children cannot get new parents. Yes, they do get a step parent or whatever, but it's not the same. Depending, anyway, this issue, that's why I say it's complicated. So pardon me if I'm all over the place. It's not for you to be involved or to be married to a man or woman with children. You need to be ready for it. You really to understand that these are kids with their own parent already, with their own mother or their own father. And the unfortunate part, sometimes the other parent influence the child to be part of the fight, and they find the child is battling the fight that she knows nothing about. Where else parents have to make the best of the situation, that you know what, me and you, it didn't work out. Me and you, we produce beautiful child or beautiful children. What do we do? Because we cannot be in the same shadow and be as partners, but we have a child or we have kids, and we, both of us, are trying to move on. I see nothing wrong with parents coming together 4 parents or 3 parents. If the ex-husband or the ex-baby daddy has moved on, and your child will be at the presence of the new partner, you have a meeting. 3 of you, or if you have also moved on, 4 of you, you have a meeting and agree on the parental style, how you're gonna raise your children. We take it for granted. Sometimes women, they like their children to have a relationship with their dad. But how many men are hands on? When you take your child and you or your kids, you let them go and visit their father. And this father's got a new wife. Who do you think is cooking for your children? If the children are still young, who do you think is making sure that children are bathed properly? Who do you think is making sure that your children are eating properly? Who do you think, if there's an entertainment, is making sure that there's an entertainment? Unfortunately, but things are changing. Most black men are not really hands-on. Black men, most of the time, they think being a father is to provide, but not really having that quality time with their children. But like I said, I think things are changing and black men are changing. They have a different view what parenting is, and they are doing better. But you don't like the spouse of your ex, and you may find that your ex is irresponsible. He was never hands-on. Irresponsible in the sense that he was never hands-on with their children when we were together. But you send your child to that house, knowing very well that woman, the same woman you don't like, the same woman that you try to poison your child or kids against, she has to be the one that has to cook for them and make sure that they're okay. Bazalwane, does that make sense? Does that make sense? It's the same thing that maybe somebody is racist, but they hire a black nanny to look after their children. They go to work, they leave their children, their precious gift, with this person that they don't think they have any value, and they go for hours, 8 hours and everything. And sometimes the nanny or the helper has to sleep with this child, but it's still the same person that you don't regard as human being and not equal to you. If you don't like this woman, from onset you have an attitude, then why are you sending your children there? Why are you sending for this person that you don't trust and you don't like to go to your kids to be at their presence? I need us to digest this issue, Bazalwane. I need us to digest this issue. And that's why I say parenting, you find that the ex wants the benefits. You find that you will even bring your child without clothes, enough clothes, or torn up clothes. And most of the time when your child or your children go there, clothes have to be bought. They will be going to a special function. The clothes that they were bought are nowhere to be found. This woman has to buy those clothes. But when it comes to raising your kids and instilling certain values and an issue of discipline, everything, you don't want the same woman to be part of that process. But you want you expect her to be good to your child. You expect her to cook the best. You expect her to spend quality time with your child. You expect her to go places with your child. You expect her to expose your child to things. You expect her to buy her clothes and all this and this and this and that. And you expect her to love your child, even though you don't like this woman. Does that make sense? Does that make sense now? There is nothing that God has said, which when he said it, it meant to deprive us of anything. There's nothing. There is nothing. If you find yourself having a child or children and you are not married anymore, or you had children outside of the wedlock, you have to reevaluate the attitude that you give this woman. I'm not saying you must worship. And also, when we come to the issue of you are involved with somebody with children, or you are married with someone with children, but you don't want to treat these kids as yours. Yes, they are not yours biologically, but you said, when this man explained it to you, you said, no problem, there's no problem, it's not an issue. You want to put this man in a situation to choose you over his kids. He doesn't, the love that he gets from you, he cannot get it from his children. He sleeps with you. His children don't sleep with you. They give a different kind of love to him. They give a different kind of fulfillment to the fulfillment that you give him. Now you start to snap. Now you start to want to manipulate the kids and everything. And you have to be a grown-up. You want to compete now. You want to compete the attention and the time and everything. And every little thing you want to report. Every little mistake that the child makes, you want to report. You wanted to make it a big issue, but you accepted this man that has got a child or kids. You accepted this woman knowing that she's got a child or kids. But now you want to change the whole hierarchy. The relationship of a child and the relationship of a spouse is like that of a pie. Every piece in a pie, it's important. There's no other pie that is more important than the other. But if you force a person, you make a partner to choose, he might have to choose, or she might have to choose. You cannot have a peace of mind when you know this man. And you need to know your partner. You need to know your partner, him or her, the relationship they have with their children, and follow their lead. I'm not saying if they mistreat their children or they're irresponsible, you have to do the same. Mara, don't overpromise and underdeliver. Don't accept to date somebody when you know very well that you have an issue with a man who've got kids. Don't accept to be with someone or marry someone knowing very well he loves his kids and when you want him for yourself. If we are honest and then we look at the mess up that is around us regarding children who are finding themselves with parents without parents, and parents separating and divorcing, remarrying, remarrying, I think we'll make better decisions. That is just my opinion. I think we'll advise our young ones to make better decisions more than we have. It is the bitterness. I can even refer to the housewives of Durban, where the reunion, Nungu and the mother wanted Ayanda to pay the damages for her daughter. How does a wife who had nothing to do with you having a child is expected to pay damages? How is that? She was not part of the equation. You and him, you slept together. But how many of you are like Nungus? You expect the wives of your baby daddies to be sacrificial lambs, to just lay there and all daggers to be thrown because you have a child with this man. Was it her fault that you had a child and your relationship didn't work? And you also get into the relationship where there's a child and you are doing tokolosh tendencies and all the tricks, and the devil that even himself is sitting there watching, wondering, what kind of tricks are these? I was not even aware of these tricks. Why did you get into that relationship knowing this man or this woman have children or a child? We complicate our lives. We complicate our lives. I think in life, in every situation, we need to study the situation. You study it and say, this I can chew. this I cannot chew, and you leave it alone. If you see this meal I cannot chew, it's too big for my mouth and my teeth are weak, leave it alone. Let those who can chew it. It's a beautiful Sunday today. It was a beautiful weekend. I hope you also had a beautiful weekend. Tomorrow is Monday. It's another day where people, dreams are being chased, career wise, business wise, school wise. I say, you know what? If it's not you, who should it be? Chase your dreams. You owe it to yourself. Chase everything that you know you deserve. Chase it with diligence, with patience, with love. And don't forget, in everything that you're chasing, remember to ask God to walk with you. Remember to ask Him to hold your hand. Remember to ask Him to lift you up. And remember to ask Him to put you on His shoulders. Have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday evening. Thank you.